Yo, what's going on YouTube? I've been out the game for a minute. I was under the weather all last week, so I didn't post any videos. So I'm happy to be back today. Show y'all some more secondary dominance. We'll be in the key of F. So we got F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E. We're gonna work with the song Waltz with Debbie, just showing you some passes that he used in that first line. So the song is first part of it. And then the secondary dominance coming in right here. So let's just recap some stuff from my other videos. If we in the key of F and I want to get to my one, your secondary dominant or your dominant to get you to your one is C. So 5-1. That's how dominants work. 5-1. So your primary dominant chord in F would be C, dominant 7. And it gets you to F seamlessly. So that's a primary, but in a key you also have secondary dominance, and those get you to the other degrees in the scale. So if I wanted to get to a C, which is the 5th degree of F, the 5th of C is G. So I would have to form a G dominant 7, which is, now when you look at the G dominant chord, and if we're looking at it from the key of F perspective, you see that this 4 that's in F is now sharp. So it's giving you chromaticism, but it works perfectly to get you to C in that scale. So now let's go, I'm gonna just demonstrate something. So F, we're in the key of F. Now, this always works too. A lot of times in songs you will hear of 1 and 4 because your 1 is actually the dominant chord or the 5 of your 4, so it always flows perfectly. But if I wanted to get to my C the same way, so let's say we did and then I did 2 major, and gets me to C or my 5. So 1, 4, 2, 5, and back to 1. So I'm gonna do dominance now. I'm not gonna do a dominant with the first one because that just, I mean, why not? 4. Now I was supposed to go there. My bad. Let me do it again. 4, 2, 5. That's the dominant 5 and 1. So that's how that will work. So the G in this progression, when you do a 1, 5, 2 dominant 4, 2 dominant 5, you're doing this is your secondary dominant because it's not a primary chord in that scale. So now back to Waltz with Debbie now. So you're doing a 3. I always do this chord when I play this, but it's really a minor. So that minor 7s, all of these are minor 7. Minor 7, D minor 7, G minor 7, and then this would be just a regular 5 dominant 7. So let's do it again. And now this is when he started using the dominant, secondary dominance. Now remember 5-1, but secondary dominance don't have to be like this. Like you playing it like that. So this is what makes it tasteful in this song when he does. So right there is an A dominant 7 with G in the bass. So that's what makes it tasteful because he's not playing it in root position. And then from this chord, and you can see the sheet music too. From this chord, we're going to a D dominant 7, which let's go there first, and then I'm gonna show you. So when you go from A to D, and then he's playing the third in the bass for that chord. So they're both our dominant chords, but he's playing the 7 with this one, and then the 3 for that one. So we playing A dominant. Let me just show you, and that's taking me to D dominant. Now, something else you gotta know too. So A dominant will take me to a D as my 1. So that's 5 to 1. But since the song is gonna go in a cycle of these movements, you can go from dominant to dominant to dominant until you get to wherever you want to rest on. So he's just using this pattern to take him through. You can basically say he's visiting different keys until he gets to his resting place, which I've got to find where it is. So let's see if we did. So that's the A, D dominant, D takes you to G, C, G takes you to C, C takes you to F, F takes you to B flat, which now is changing right here. You could say this is like a formula that's threaded through the song. It's just kind of tie everything together, and then it's taking them into the second verse. Now that's a nice chord to throw in there. So you use these secondary dominants. A. Different ways to voice them too. I mean, this is solo piano, so you got a lot of freedom, and you could do, long as this G is in the bass, then that, long as the F sharp is in the bass, you could do tritones. So just let's try it with all tritones. And then it would change it right here.